Yo, huddle up, huddle up,
Huddle
huddle
up,
up,
huddle
huddle
up,
up, huddle up, huddle up, huddle up,
huddle up,
huddle up.
huddle up.
We back with the Ravens post-game review. I stand corrected.
Another year.
I stand corrected.
Another year, baby.
Yeah, man.
Disgusting fashion, bro.
Another year for narratives to continue.
Yeah.
Another year for. It's just nasty how the season's always end. When you really watching the games and you're like, this team is clearly roster-wise
Way better.
better than this team.
Way better.
Like
And
this is it's a reoccurring theme, unfortunately. But I just want to start off by let's introduce ourselves, man.
You got your boy Mike.
Yeah, we got your boy Rich.
Got Zay in the back.
We always hear win, lose, or draw. And one thing I did want to say, because I'm a Lamar stan regardless. Lamar still, outside of the turnovers, outplayed Josh Allen today, yo. Josh Allen, they didn't do nothing stupid. He didn't turn the ball over. But 127 yards as an elite quarterback in the playoffs is like, They did what they needed to win, and we did what we needed to lose. We appreciate y'all huddling up with us. Continue to like, rate, and subscribe.
Yes, indeed. And please tell a friend and tell a friend. Share this everywhere.
Yeah, as of right now, like. Everything else is great.
Like it.
And we want you to do all of that, but liking helps us out if you want to see more content.
It's free to do, man.
It
Yes,
helps
sir.
spread the word.
Peace.
It's crazy because, unfortunately, even after the loss, I stand by everything I said before the game.
Same.
The only way they lose this game
Despicable, yo.
is if they go and lose this game. And yes, because the other team is a good team, you can't do certain things against a good team because they did some good things. I'm not going to act like they didn't do anything well, and then because a team could be trash, and if you still mess up like that, you still win the game. They're a good team. They just didn't make any mistakes. All we were saying was if they don't go out there and have one of these weird games like they had in the beginning of the year, they had the reverse of the games that they had in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Terrible first half, basically nearly a great second half. We're going to get to some of the ridiculousness. In the beginning of the year, it was great first halves on the losses, and then just the second half is just going. Even some of the games that they won went to the crap. So they did the reverse.
Yeah.
And it's just like those same things. Discipline. I know the players make mistakes, right? And let's just go right into
Can
Mark
we get
Andrews,
the elephant
man.
in the room? Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Jesus.
Shout out to diabetic
Lord forgive
homies,
me.
but like Mark Andrews might be done, yo. I can't, yo. That first one in the first quarter when he dropped it, I'm just antsy because it's the playoffs. I'm a cool off. He caught like 2 cool ones, but that last 2-point conversion was like, bro, what? And Zay brought a big point up, yo. We gonna bring it up and harp on it. Why you not targeting Likely on that one? Yo, Likely slid in the end zone and made a miraculous catch right before
for
that,
like 30 yards.
He's the athlete now.
My thing is this.
Come on, yo. I don't.
It's players and coaching staffs not putting your team in funky situations.
Yeah.
We could speak in hindsight, but also like when Likely made a few plays, but that catch, the man's hot.
Yeah.
Don't go with Lamar's security blanket, the guy who had the fumble that was absolutely unnecessary when they really could have put the game away there.
Yeah.
Stop. It's Mark Andrews. It's giving them no. Likely is the guy. That catch was amazing he made for the touchdown. Sliding in the snow, catching it basically almost off the ground.
How
He's
can you
hot.
forget, though, the Andrews fumble?
I said that, yes.
I told you.
I'm not putting him in a
So
situation.
many infractions today, yo. That was 3 crazy infractions.
I knew it was going to be weird early in the first. I just knew it was one of them games when he dropped the first pass.
Yeah.
He's been here for years. We know the games where it's like, And I felt like the coaching staff made a bad decision last year depending on him. Because I was talking with you, right, Rich, in the car. When they played him off of the injury in the AFC Championship, and I said before that game, I remember the tapes. I said I don't like Lamar was like my security blanket. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
They were playing so well, spreading it around. I don't like the hold that he's having on the team in a kind of a way. That play, you live and die on the hill that's standing the tallest. Likely should have been, you live with him. If he drops the ball, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. He was hot. He got the touchdown. You give him the shot. And this is why I was saying, everybody's like, and Mark Andrews wound up leading in touchdowns for tight ends. But I was like, it's the tag that you paying him. If he not doing these things in the biggest moments, it's all kind of just fluffing away.
Yeah.
And you got a young guy who's likely's the better player, bro.
Likely's an athlete.
And his numbers are probably down because they got the other tight end there. You can't lose him. I'm saying that now. You cannot lose him.
Yeah,
because you want to keep
I pick
Andrews.
Likely over Andrews.
And
for sure.
I'm sure you can get some value. You can get a trade for him.
Yeah, only youth. Because like Andrews did still have a great season. He had some ups and
stepped
downs.
up.
Youth and
But
athleticism.
He bluffed. He bluffed hard, but you do got to take the young talent. at
Youth
this
and
point,
athleticism.
He stepped up last game.
And he
You know
caught
what I mean?
it.
did.
So
Snow
like
game,
that's
slid,
it's just this
stiff
was
arm
bad.
people,
I don't
all
know
that.
what
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him this game. It turned on because we were saying Andrews was one of our guys that we were saying he started off bad, he turned it around. That's what we said up until this game right here. So I don't want to make it seem like he's too. This was just a bad game. This
It
was a horrific
all
game.
bad game.
But that's
three
horrific.
three turnovers at the time.
There's a lot of mistakes that happened in this game.
But you gotta
I don't like those early mistakes
you
from
gotta
Lamar.
think,
I know he
even-
only
Oh, yeah.
made two of them, but I do not like those
Yes,
mistakes.
yes.
Like,
It
those
is-
are playoff mistakes
and we
everybody talk
accountability
about.
people. Lamar is still the GOAT to me, but like
Floating the ball.
You can't float the ball. You can't miss those throws because low key was open on that left side.
I'd
It was
ra-
like, what's going? I ain't over the.
Well, the
wind was
pressure
gone.
was coming through, so he got it out. But my thing is, you either gotta miss to the outside.
Yeah.
Throw it away,
You
man.
can't leave it with 15 yards inbounds like that because you just gotta hope your receiver at least
Then that other big drop early in the first half from Henry.
Henry. Yeah.
That's a huge play. He's skating. He might skate for the end zone.
Nah, Derrick Henry dropped a lot of passes this game. He dropped like 2 or 3.
That weather clearly was affecting him.
But nah, he don't catch the ball. He like out the
It's every now
backfield
and then.
power
He
back.
caught a
Like,
few for us.
He has caught
a
some
couple
passes
of
this
like,
year.
Caught a
like
few
if he
for
like running to the outside, almost like as if he was getting a toss and he just throw him a little. Yeah, I mean that was what we was hitting him with for the
check
most
down.
part
It's
of the
usually the
season.
check down,
yeah,
but-
it wasn't like I gotta go run a route and catch it in traffic right now.
That's a
Like,
catchable
yeah,
ball.
man.
I
I
know.
don't want to hear that. That's
You
a lot of
gotta catch that.
almost. I don't think there was any ball that was dropped that wasn't catchable. That's why it was so
Yeah,
frustrating.
exactly.
Those Andrews ones because
Exactly.
he had
Yeah,
so
that was
many of
annoying
them.
as
And then
hell.
that fumble that he had was at a pivotal. He lost us the game
Extremely-
twice.
extremely
Word to my guy
inexcusable.
Lamont to saying that he lost us the game
Twice.
twice.
Mike,
That fumble and then that drop.
Mike, what was I saying? And I'm not even like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, I just kept saying, I can't believe Andrews did that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't. I
disgusting.
said it like
But it was-
20 times.
I am
was
ready
like,
for it. He can go.
It was
He
just
can
a, it
definitely
was
go.
just a wonky game because like if we really want to look at it like that, like you said, why we go for that first 2-point conversion? Like
I don't
why we ain't just
understand,
kick the
man.
extra point? We was down like
it was 12 minutes left in the fourth. You play it regular at that point.
just kick the
You
extra
don't-
point, keep the momentum going. You mean?
You don't go, in my opinion, you don't go for it like that out of desperation until you need to. Because what happened at the end of the game happened that way.
Yeah.
All they need is a PAT. And if the GOAT Tuck misses, we're all upset. But we just say he
And
missed
Tuck
it.
was
And he
knocking
hasn't
him
missed
down.
anything since Philly.
Yeah, he
Tuck
hasn't.
was
I have no
knocking him
reason to believe he was
down.
going to miss it.
He was good.
They go to over.
Shout out Tuck, I like how you
Yeah,
cleaned it up.
he
That was
bounced
a
back.
good. He
Bounced back.
what was it?
Made
A
it.
54-yarder, 50. It was.
I know they're kicking, man. But his
Well,
is
no, it was like a 40
something.
plus.
This is like 40
But still,
In
40
nasty
plus,
weather.
he was sketchy this year. He was like 11 for 19 or something like that this season on the 40 pluses. So good stuff turning that around. But like, we all got to do it. I also didn't like that call against Brandon Stevens. Was it Brandon Stevens when
No,
he got chippy?
it was Tre'Davious White.
Tre'Davious White.
The
When they
passing
both
right
was
before the
like,
half.
Coleman.
yeah,
Coleman
like
pushed off.
But usually when your head is turned around and y'all both like this,
Yeah, that's Coleman.
it's fair game.
That's
yo.
on Coleman
What,
to me.
you know what really made me mad about it?
Yeah, he pushed off on him too. So it was like if he didn't push off, then it's like all right. But they was chippy.
They
and he was
have-
still looking, and he was in a position.
They held that flag so long to the point where I thought it wasn't going to get thrown.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm like, all right, they letting it, the two-hand fighting. It got thrown like it feel like it probably wasn't 10, but like 5 seconds after the play.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, yo, golly, just hold it at that point, man. It's two guys. It's nasty out here. It's a physical game. And we're going to throw it. Because when you do that, you put them in an impossible. Now they was in the 10 at that point. They was in like the 5 at that point. It's like, come on, man. You're directly giving them points. If these two guys are fighting for the ball, and it's tussling, legit tussling, not somebody holding somebody or throwing them and manhandling them, they both hand fighting for the ball. Throwing that, that team is scoring now.
I ain't gonna lie though, yo. Now that I think about it, we harping a lot on the first half. It's Andrew's fault, yo.
It's both.
Cause like, yo, you gotta think we started running the ball right. We was using the clock right. We had the ball for almost the whole third quarter.
It's a collective
It's a
effort
collective,
at that point.
bro. That
is.
first half was bad.
That first half was
Because they don't need to
Can't
be in that
have that.
situation.
They were bullying us in that first half. They was running the ball on us. That was happening in that first half.
Yeah,
You know
a
what's
lot.
So it's crazy.
Cook was looking crazy.
They was
out
bully
there.
balling in that first half.
What's
bro.
crazy?
Josh
It's very
Allen ran
interesting. They
over
look
Josh
like us.
Allen.
They look like how we should have
Yeah.
looked in that game.
Josh
in
Allen
that first
had
half.
two aggressive running touchdowns.
What's crazy is the Ravens on
Sick.
basically every drive, almost in that first half, were moving the ball at will until turnovers.
Yeah.
They were, because when you look at it, I know they're going to be, our defense stopped this. Not really. Like they were
we
moving,
just
even in the
dumb
second
stuff.
half, they started moving it at will. It was the turnovers. Because, all right, when you look at it, right, and I was like, man, because they came out clearly more juiced up for that game, right? You can't allow that to happen. But that's another point. Because when they was smacking on them kickoffs, I knew what time it was. I'm like, all right, y'all gotta step up. But the offense came out and scored. If you look at this game, they had 273 total yards. The Ravens had 416. They had, because it looks like they ran all over the Ravens, and they had some key runs. They ran 147 yards. That's not bad. It's not crazy. The Ravens ran for 176. They didn't really stop the run because they were all like, oh, they said we couldn't stop the run. They kind of didn't. They just didn't allow Derrick Henry to go ballistic.
Yeah.
But they didn't really stop the run, yo. They didn't stop much of anything. The Ravens, they made key
mistakes.
plays when they needed to.
We made
Yeah.
mistakes.
They made
did.
plays. They
They
punched the ball out.
capitalized.
Yeah, they capitalized.
They capitalized
That's what it
on
was.
our mistakes, and that lost us the game.
That definitely lost us the game. But I do, on a positive note, want to give a shout out to Bateman. Bateman had some great
Excellent
grabs
play.
in there.
I'm so happy for him this year. Man, he played
This
so
is
well.
one of those things I want to retract my statement. It would have been really nice to have a healthy Zay Flowers tonight. You feel me? For them because I feel like on those plays where Lamar's just scrambling and just trying to do too much, Zay understands that on another level, and he's one of those guys that can get open on some of those shorter routes and just wild plays. So
What I
I
will
would have really appreciated him.
What I will say on that is it would have been helpful,
And Miller, shout out Miller, he
but
stepped up.
they had enough
Yeah,
because Miller made
Wallace had a big
nice
one.
one. Wallace made a play.
first
Those
down.
guys, this was a tight. What did we say before this? It's running trenches in a tight end game,
Likely had a great game.
and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And who blew the tight end on the Ravens?
Yeah.
I mean, right before you mentioned his name, I wanted to say, I feel probably most bad for Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be out there.
Yeah.
Because
He
in
would've
those
really helped
situations, you feel like I could have did, whether it's true or not, you feel like I could have did something
He would
Yeah.
have did something
to get us over that hump. So I
And
really
shout
feel
out-
bad for him, man.
And shout out
And he's been
Justice
working.
Hill, bro.
Excellent.
He was running
I
with
told you,
aggression.
I want him
and
back
anger
again
the
next
whole
year.
game. He's a small, shifty back that was running like a power back today, yo. He was running people over, Rich. I think what it was some people bought in and some people was nervous, you feel me? Because there was certain players that was playing that on one accord, and it was just we just got to get it together. Because, normally we harp on coaching. I did not like the 2-point conversion, the first one. But outside of that, we didn't have too many egregious plays. There was one where we did a weird, it was something weird early in the game, and I was like, that's strange, but I didn't think it was horrible.
I didn't like the play calling on the goal line in the first half when they should have had a touchdown.
That's because on that second down, they should have ran the ball again. Because
Inexcusable.
Derrick Henry got hit in the backfield, and then they just stopped
got
running.
He pulled the old school monkey and got
But they should have let
nervous,
Derrick
yo.
Henry run again, yo.
Yes, yo. You got it.
Big,
Come on,
bro.
man.
He usually falls forward for 5 yards, bro. Like if they get him in the backfield and get his legs, that's a rare play.
That's
on a
one of the
player
things
like
where you
that.
feel like you can live with that too. It's like, hey, if you don't get there, what you can't live, which you can live, but what sucks is when you go, we went and did some weird, freaky, like our eyeball stuff, and they didn't do it a ton of times in the game, but you do it. It's like, yo, that's the stuff you like. I can't rock with that. I think every reasonable Ravens fans would be like, hey, man, they ran it twice. Maybe they got on the third down, maybe try something with Lamar, and they didn't get it. Everybody can say, all right, bet. But you can't do that weird play on second. Now, and then they was like, at that point, it went from like first and second or third or whatever to like third and like 7.
Yeah.
It's come on, man. You got the Ravens. You got we talk about it all, the Husky package. We talk about it before, as soon as the sign. You cannot do that, yo.
Yeah.
Go for the home run play that they always run. Do it on the 2-yard line at that point, or 3, yeah, I mean. Just like, it's an all hands on deck and just not overthinking. I felt like too many points in the game, people were overthinking it.
Yeah, we overthought it a lot.
The great teams, they don't
and that
overthink.
already put us in a bad position.
And I like Lamar, and maybe it was a little weirder for him, he knows, but I felt like the fumble just fall. Fall. It looked like he tried to get the ball and try to maybe get like that pass he got off for Justice Hill against the Steelers or something. Like he seemed like he was trying to extend it a little bit. I'm not quite sure, but I just felt like, because his
I
hand
think
was
he thought he was going to pump fake that first defender, but that first defender, I think that might have been
He
Hamlin.
wrapped his leg up,
Hamlin
yo.
went straight for him. He didn't fight on
Wrapped
that
his leg up.
little side little thing he did because he wasn't going to throw it. It wasn't nobody over there.
Yeah.
Nah, their defense played well.
And like we talked about it, but Andrews, that's clearly trying to be a hero.
Yeah.
On that fumble.
Like somebody tweeted it out.
Just fall.
What are you juking for, man?
I don't get it.
You don't have a juke ability.
Not
it's
at
like
all.
a 45
Especially
on
since
that.
the injury, yo.
Stop.
It's even worse.
You go
yo.
forward. That's it. You go forward.
Lamar's going to receive. And listen, everybody deserves some blame around, but this isn't like the other years where it's just like he just was out of sorts the whole one. He collected himself. That second half was pretty beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That was a driving to tie the game, and if they just kick it, all they gotta do is kick it with what's the name? But that's a whole nother joint. That was an amazing legacy type drop. Cause I saw when he got the ball all the way down there. Yeah. I saw a tweet from, I forgot who it was, somebody from one of the joints, shows, whatever. I think it was the black dude from Pat McAfee show. I think one of them. Anyway, but he was like legacy drive. Lamar went down there.
Yeah, Lamar went.
He
crazy.
went down there, yo.
We got down there,
And then
he had Andrews.
and
he
then
had
gave it to
on his-
Andrews right in his
Andrews
hand.
just dropped it. And one other thing I do want to give Lamar credit for, like, yo, because I still feel like quiet is kept regardless of what happened in the playoffs. That's still the MVP because I didn't even know this stat. He threw, I think, 41 to 43 touchdowns this season in the regular season. They say he's the only player in NFL history to throw that many touchdowns and that few interceptions. So it's a lot of guys that's been in the league that threw 3 interceptions. Not a lot, like the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. But he's still him, yo. Because, like, those 2 turnovers seemed especially egregious because it hasn't happened this season.
That's why they were so egregious.
Like, it was like, yo, you reverting back to 3 years ago, yo. You feel
fumble.
me?
Yeah, the fumble and
That's why he got to
bro,
get some
that's
blame.
big.
But
Yo, I knew it was gonna be weird when he missed that pass, yo. That first one, I was like, you never miss that, yo.
well, that's one of those games where, because Josh Allen was missing some too. In those type of weird games,
And it might have been windier
it's tough.
than what it looked
It's
like out
windier
there.
than you
Yeah.
probably think, and your footing, planting your
Only
feet is
reason
probably
I
a
feel
little
like
bit
the
weirder
win
as well.
wasn't a major factor because a 54-yard field goal got made and a 47 or 46, whatever Tuck made.
Well, kickers, their job is to
Yeah, just drill it.
make sure
when
when rain, sees snow, that's their sole focus. So their job is really, no matter what the conditions, dang there. Hey, I gotta kick it this way so I can cut back. That's what they do. But for quarterbacks, it's your job to do it as well. But it get a little tricky, man. Planting your feet when rushes are coming, you kind of sailing passes. It can happen. Josh Allen, listen.
I ain't gonna lie.
I know.
I give him respect for his character, yo. I heard what he was saying after the game. Like, he's not a a-hole.
He
like,
kept it
he a good
basic.
dude.
I mean, what else is he going to say?
No, he basically said, I didn't have a good game. Like, he straight gave a shout out to the defense and the special teams and all the other stuff that was going on because he knew he wasn't, like, throwing the lights out or nothing crazy. It was just like they was running over.
And that's what I was gonna say. The
the
territory.
O-line. They should have gave the credit to the O-line, yo.
They did a
He
solid
didn't get
job.
no. He didn't
They
get no
weren't.
pressure on him like that.
It's
yo.
crazy because they weren't even super amazing. They did a solid job.
How many times did Josh Allen get sacked?
I'm not sure.
Might
I think
not
like
be none,
once
yo.
maybe.
If we did get
It
him,
might not be none, yo.
He got sacked once, yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the things I always know, and this is why the Buffalo Bills, one of them years, I was like, they probably in dead man's land. When it's weather like that and slick, and they had that super pat, Von Miller had just got there and all of that stuff, and I think they were paying the Chiefs. I didn't feel good about it because pass rushers in that weather, if you got a super pass rusher team, it's hard for them to constantly get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
They can't get their foot in. It's the offensive line is at an advantage. So I'm not like super, and like I said, there's no, before the product, the Ravens needed, they got really good players on the D-line. They need a serious disruptor.
I did like
serious
how
disruptor.
old is Robinson?
I'm not sure. He's not that old. He can't be.
I like him, yo. He wanted to play today.
I seen him
He
in the
wanted
back
to
a
play
few
today.
times.
Like his skill set isn't as good as some of the starters, but he could, if they develop him right, he could be. He
was
had a
pretty
couple
good
of
this
plays.
year.
pretty
yo.
good.
He was
Yeah,
pretty
he was.
good all
He had a couple
all
of plays,
season.
yo. Yeah, and all season, but like today he played well. You feel me?
Yeah.
Kyle Van Noy too. He had a couple in the backfield. You feel me?
I think
Like,
he had the one sack.
Yeah, he had
What
a
was
couple
a
in the
part of it?
backfield. No, it was Van Noy, I think, that had it, or I don't know, but it wasn't a lot of pressure from that.
No, it
front
was
line.
No, that was that tight end screen. When
So
he got that tackle.
Namdi and Kyle got the sack together.
Oh, so it was.
Oh, okay.
My thing is this. I know because it's like hindsight, and it doesn't matter. The victors go to spoils and all of that. Narratives are going to run crazy, and it's just as a person who's a supporter of another person, it's just annoying when you're going to look. And I'm seeing people with the MVP and the crowning him, and it's like,
I mean,
and it's like,
but-
look, he did his job of not turning the ball over. I got to give him that. He made some
did.
key runs in moments, but the man threw for 127. He ran for 20 yards. He got the two little quick touchdown
Like
things.
3 touch
he,
pushes.
I mean, let's not get crazy with the whole. I told you he's the
Yeah,
MVP.
relax,
It
yo.
wasn't nothing special, yo. Like
Ain't even had his
he,
stats
yo,
like that.
he had a
We
Jay-
beat ourselves.
Yeah,
he had
we
a
beat
Jalen
ourselves.
Hurts.
We beat ourselves. Like
He had a
like you
Jalen
said
Hurts
last
game.
week. Yeah,
Just don't mess up.
yeah, just don't be.
And
have to
sometimes,
mess up.
sometimes being a
game
in this
manager.
game, you just got to be a manager.
That's all he needed
He was a
in that
solid
game.
manager, so you got to give him that credit. He didn't turn that ball
No,
over,
that's
but
a tough
all of that
play.
super, bro, he looked pedestrian twice this year against the Ravens, and they just killed themselves.
Extra time.
Twice. He looked
This
pedestrian
might have
twice.
been his worst game stat wise this whole season.
He didn't turn it over. The one thing that was different in that first
Outside of
game,
no turnovers.
he turned it over in that first game.
Yeah, because I'm like this, like I don't know, but he still passed for more yards than this game in that game when they got blown out. But we just didn't play. Well.
They-
And Andrews dropped a bunch of passes. Derrick Henry dropped like 2 or 3 passes. Like it was a lot going on, yo.
I'm rooting NFC. I just don't want to see any one of these AFC teams win. Yes, I'm a hater.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not a
keep it
hater in
being-
life normally, but for this sport right here, I'm hating on it. I don't want to see
Keep it a
neither one
bean. I
of them
want
teams
Jaden
win now.
Daniels to get that thing on a miraculous, like nobody expected this. If Lamar can't do it, it gotta be him, yo. Because that Lions game was.
I wouldn't be
fire,
mad
bro.
if Saquon get one. You know what I mean, that's somebody I would openly root for. The Eagles
Yo,
fan made me a little
Saquon
upset this
went
year, but I don't
crazy
dislike him
today.
as much. Because
Jalen
Saquon,
Hurts is mid too, yo. Like to be honest, yo, he's not no Lamar, Josh Allen, or none.
I
of
just
them.
don't believe the Commanders can beat probably anyone. They might have a better chance against the Bills because I could see him torching that defense.
I think Jaden Daniels though can beat the Eagles.
I think they see them and they want.
think he
They beat
can.
them once. They already
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Now, what's the name had a concussion, was out during that game, but,
But I
they
feel
still
like-
won
I
it. They
feel
came
like
back.
The
and won it.
Lions is the only NFC team that was better than the Eagles before this, to me.
Nah, they tender. I didn't really like
They
that
was
team.
chicken
tender.
tenders? All right.
And plus the defense was super injured.
The NFC is just so fraudulent because the divisions are so up and down. So it's like you don't know if they because everybody be super nice. Like the Lions and the Vikings was crazy coming into the playoffs, and Green Bay. You feel me? Like there's their record.
It comes down to, and it's more and more because the emphasis on the quarterback is leaning more and more heavier quarterback. Somewhat like threes in the NBA, just leaning that way. If you start looking at it, typically, the reason them other teams was out because they didn't have a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Like Sam Darnold, what's the other dude from
Jared
Detroit?
Goff.
Jared
Jared
Goff.
Goff.
Like that's why Jaden Daniels being in the NFC, unless something changes, he's going to have an opportunity to get to that.
Yeah, he's gonna be the
championship
best one in
year
the
in and year
NFC,
out.
yo.
You see tonight, this game was promoted like a
It's gonna be
Super
him
Bowl.
and Matthew Stafford, yo.
Lamar and Josh had to go against each other just to get to the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And the other game had C.J. Stroud versus Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes.
C.J.
This is the
Stroud.
AFC.
Pat Mahomes.
You got guys like
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow couldn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the NFC, regardless of how bad their defense was, they're going to slide into the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
He's going to win them some games. That's what it's like on this side. That's why it's just like, But, like, it is what it is, man.
Nah,
you know,
they won fair and square. Wasn't no weird stuff outside of the call on Tre'Davious White.
the Ravens, should we snitch on us? The Ravens, I felt like got gifted on one of them holding joints.
Yeah, they did.
And it stymied their drive. So those things can happen. I just don't.
And there was a couple plays that was on some nut shit. Like I can't remember stuff. But it was like in the third or fourth quarter. Yo, one of the defenders like pushed somebody down and like did some wild stuff like after the play. I'm like, yo, this is the playoffs, yo. Do you not realize this penalty could be the end of your season, yo? How do you not know that, yo?
They got away with, like, it was a few times the Ravens was pushing and stuff after the play, and I'm like, yo, y'all looking like the Chiefs game again.
Like, chill,
Compose
chill.
yourself.
Yeah.
And they
Frustration.
and the refs didn't
Little
call
energy.
it. They could have. Now, if it was the Chiefs, it'd have been mad penalties on that, because it was one time even Namdi had pushed. I'm like, dog,
Yeah.
because he touched him and like.
I
Okay,
think that was the play. Like,
don't
we stood
worry
up and
about
like
that.
just like
Knocked
walk
the
through
ref
him.
out.
Like, oh,
He
you
almost
can't
knocked
do
the
that.
ref out.
Yes, he did knock the ref down.
That was the
Keep
play I was
composure.
talking about. I'm like,
I
yo,
am
they really
shocked
could've
they
threw a
didn't throw a
penalty.
flag.
Yo, they would have threw a flag
And that
if that was
happened like
Pat Mahomes in them.
It was like three
If
times.
they
in the
did that
game.
against
Yes.
Pat Mahomes and them, that would have been a super flag. They might have ejected yo from the
yeah,
game.
you
Yo.
would've
Like,
been
you was
out of
wilding, yo.
You'd have been out of there.
Yeah, you pushed the dude into the ref. The ref flopped like on some drama. It was
Keep
bad.
your composure, man. It's year in and year out. Listen.
And like, yo, one thing, we accountability kings over here. Y'all been there, yo.
Yeah, it's no excuses at this point.
Stop making excuses and get there, yo. I'm tired of being the best team and losing, yo.
Every year.
Y'all been there, yo.
Trash. It's trash.
Sorry, I had to get that.
No,
off.
get it
I didn't get to get that ride. I just played two or three maps of Call of Duty.
You go get your workout tomorrow. You gonna
I
share
got
some of the.
mad burpees this week, yo.
You
I'm about
know.
to be like Tookie Williams, yo, because of the Ravens, yo. Added more stress onto my life.
My thing is this at this point, because people, I was questioning some people last year. I was saying I think likely needs to be focal point. I was questioning this coach, questioning that. This is a year later, same issues. I'm not going to say anything more about it. All I'm going to say is, just for me, when the stuff is like this is happening, the people who can't keep their composure, the people who are not making plays when need to, or dropping the plays or stuff like that, no matter how much you like them, you got to get them out the building when it's the same thing over and over, because now we're in an insanity point.
Yeah, it's an insanity.
This
point,
isn't a
yo.
moment of insanity at this point, and you don't want to be living in insanity and delusion.
Yeah.
It's an excellent roster overall. They still got a lot of young players who haven't even got contracts yet.
Yo, we literally have
got
so
a lot of
many
the pieces.
players
You
that
gotta
could potentially
get-
be Hall of Famers, bro. Like legit, the nicest guys
players.
at that position. Wiggins,
You got to
Hamilton,
remove the 3-4
Roquan,
people, whether it be coaches, whether
Derrick
it be
Henry,
a player here
like-
or a player there. You got to, it don't matter if this guy puts up the greatest stats or not. Let's just say you don't even bring nobody else in. And I don't want to single just one player out because there's going to be several people. I don't want to even start naming on them. But like, if Charlie Kolar, it doesn't matter if he's not leading the league in the tight ends and touchdown passes. If he's not going to make mistakes and do his job, and you got likely, you play that guy.
Yeah,
Like, you got to get this can't keep
I'm gonna
happening.
be honest, yo. I hate to keep beating a dead horse, and he's done a lot for the Ravens, yo. Andrews gotta go, yo. I keep running it back in my head, yo. After you drop the one first down in like the first or second quarter, then the fumble, then we marched it downfield, got down, and you dropped the PAT. I'm at the yo. Come on, yo.
Yeah.
I'm at the 2-point conversion. Like, come on, yo.
Yeah, I feel like I said enough about it. I got my opinions on it. I
It's
just
so
feel like
ugly, bro.
in big plays and big
He
moments,
lost in the most ugly fashion.
I don't see Shannon Sharp getting fumble and dropping that. Travis Kelce's been, to his standards, mid all year.
Yeah.
He had his biggest game in the first playoff game last week. 100-some plus yards.
Yeah.
We can't keep saying he played well. Because everybody on that team, staff, players, are getting judged by the players. They say this every time. We would pick the Ravens, but we don't believe. This is what people say every time. We don't trust them in the playoffs.
Yeah. And like, yo, Andrews, you're human. One of those 3 plays you can mess up. It's first time jitters. It's cold outside. But those 3 plays was pivotal, bro. Like, think about it. The pass he dropped caused the Lamar fumble, yo. Because it would have been a first down. It was literally the play before the
It led
weird
to a chain
snap.
reaction. It
Yeah,
led to a
and
chain
it was
reaction.
like, yo,
It was the drop
you
pass.
iced the offense, bro.
It-
multiple times at pivotal times.
It was
yo.
literally boom, boom, boom. Drop pass, bad snap, fumble. In
Yeah.
consecutive order. It's just like everybody has to help each other out. And I got to give the Bills that credit. They didn't do anything necessarily spectacular. They worked as a team,
And
and they didn't kill themselves. Because
And
they were
can we be
they were
honest?
trying to escape with the win at the end, which
can
they
we
would do
be-
because they knew they were
and I-
on fuse.
And
at
I
that
will
point.
be honest, yo. We talked egregiously about him. That boy Milano did play football. Today,
He played
yo.
decent, yeah. He played decent.
football.
He played
today,
decent.
yo. He played football
decent.
today.
Gotta give credit where credit's due. He played decent.
They were all around,
He
man.
shook off
It was just
today-
all around
today.
good defense. They had a good
He
game
shook
plan.
off today, yo.
Their
Like, I was
defensive
mad,
coordinator
yo.
came in ready
It's
for
crazy
the,
though
for
because
us.
I don't want to discredit their defense. They made plays, but honestly, yo, the Ravens were running up. They were going up.
we
They
still
had
had
400 something
100,
yards.
yeah.
They went. It wasn't like the defense didn't stop them. They just made key
beat
plays.
ourselves.
Like it wasn't like they
Beat
put a
ourselves.
stout performance out there. They was going up and down the field at will on them. So
Still
And
gotta
for
make those
Lamar with
plays.
two
they made the plays. I give them that.
and
But
for
plays.
Lamar with 2 turnovers.
I don't put that on the
to have
defensive
better-
coordinator scheming anything up. The players just made some plays. So salute to them on that because the Ravens was having their way with them for them. Bro, they don't have the turnovers. They had 500 something
Yeah.
yards on them. You know,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was getting at. This was one of Lamar's worst games outside of the second half, but his stats as far as passing yards and rushing yards still exceeded what Josh Allen did today. So like, humble yourself before you like go too crazy. Like, you feel me? That's all we want you to do. And it was a great win though.
Yeah, the only thing I got left to say is the Ravens. It's unfortunate because you didn't get the win because now you helping another team out because they tenderized that defense. They got
Them boys
guys
is banged up. Yo.
banged up. They put it because the Ravens are big. They're bigger, faster, stronger. They beat them up as the game went on. They limping into that Chiefs game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs lost a nasty one in Orchard Park, but now they got to play them in KC. I'd be shocked if Buffalo wins. Shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked. That team is hungry. That team don't make mistakes.
And they got the refs.
And they got the refs. Now, unless the script for the league is Josh Allen, this is your year.
I
I
think
don't
the
see
Josh
it.
Allen script is in.
I think this script
Yo,
might be.
It feel like it.
Know
It
why?
feel like
Know
it.
when I knew
That's
the
a good
Josh
fight,
Allen.
man.
Know when I knew
MVP.
the Josh Allen script was in. Josh Allen missed an egregious throw today. Like, I'm talking about when it was tight. Before we beat ourselves and all the crazy weird stuff happened in the second half, bro, this was like a pivotal first down. Super underthrew the pass, bro.
Yeah.
Anytime he had to throw the ball, he looked suspect.
He was
bro.
airmailing. He airmail went to the right, like completely missed the receiver.
Yo,
Like,
he's
didn't
not,
even give him a
he's not
chance.
him, yo.
But that's
Baker
what I'm
Mayfield
saying.
got a
Like,
better arm than Josh Allen, yo. I'm gonna say it
I'm not
right
gonna
now.
say- Baker can
Sam
throw it.
Darnold got a better arm than Josh Allen, yo.
Baker does got a really good arm. I don't want
Yeah.
to sidetrack. He does
Like,
have a
I'm
really
saying
good
the
arm.
guys
His
that
problem
like,
is
let it
decision making
go.
sometimes because he
Yeah.
can throw that ball. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Well, this
Yeah.
is the wrap up for the post
Yeah.
for 2024, 25.
And I want to say thank y'all, man. Yo,
Appreciate
y'all really
y'all.
was
Yes.
engaged.
Yes, indeed, man.
Oh, yeah,
Keep
let me-
commenting, liking, subscribing.
day, baby.
Man, we love y'all.
Still here.
This has been all love. We back. We here regardless.
Appreciate y'all.
That let y'all know we stand on all 10.
Absolutely.
Win, loss, or draw, man. And I want to say thank you, Zay.
Oh, yeah.
Putting in work.
But
My man Rich with the shiesty on looking like my Call of Duty loadout, yo.
But here's the thing. This is the closeout to post games, man. The Ravens huddle will continue. We keep seeing people saying we just found y'all out, and we're going to ride with y'all. So we appreciate y'all because we see that like weekly. Like we just found out. I'm rocking with y'all. So we definitely appreciate that. It's only turning up. Like just because the season is over, the season ain't over. We got some stuff lined up. Like anybody who was with us at the end of last year, it only turned up as the more as the off season happened. So we gonna be back. We're gonna give y'all stuff weekly for the most part. We might take a break here and there during the off season to balance out. We got other shows that we do, some boxing news and things like that.
Lots of shows.
It's coming. We have another show that we pause on all of that. But keep rocking with us. We're gonna keep growing. Thank y'all so much for the season, but we gonna keep turning up. If you rocking with us, keep rocking with us, and we appreciate y'all. We want y'all to know, we really talk about this all the time, how much we just appreciate the growth and the Ravens community, Flock Nation, all of that. Huddle up with us. Huddle up, man.
One more time for the end of the season. Huddle up, man.
Make sure y'all huddle up, baby.
Huddle up.
I ain't gonna lie, that made me a little depressed, though.